Okay, now on the topic of estimation and approximation, okay, let's take a look at one of the examples that requires you to work backwards. Okay, now a little bit of a recap. What is the common kind of questions that you will normally see? Let's say I give you 123.45, okay, and then you are asked to approximate this to maybe 1 dp. Okay, what do you do? You will actually round. 45 means you will round up. Okay, so what's the takeaway from this particular example? It is that if you have a 5, you will round the whole thing upwards. Correct? Means if I have 1 to 4, I will round down. If I have 5 to 9, I will round upwards. Okay, and what's the other thing that you actually notice? That you actually need two numbers to give you the approximation to one decimal place that's lower. Okay, so after learning about this, alright, now let's take a look at this particular question. This question requires you to work other way, which is the backwards. Okay, they gave you, now this is what they gave you. They gave you 29.35 and 10.14. But they tell you that these are numbers that have been corrected to two decimal place. So what is the other possibility that it could come from? Okay, let's see. Now, one of the possibilities, which is the extreme, okay, you will round it this way. So 3, 5, okay, you would have a 4. Now, why do I actually indicate a 4? Okay, because a 5, 4 means that if I were to estimate this, it will give me a 5 because I round downwards. So therefore, if I'm asked to correct this number into 2 dp, I'll get 29.35. Okay, now likewise, if I have another number, which is 29.3, okay, now 29.345. What happens is, can you notice? Okay, I'm using this number 45. Okay, if I am asked to approximate this to 2 dp, I'll get 29.35 as well. Okay, so can you see what's the common number? It is either a 54 or a 45, because this will mean that it is a 50 and this will also mean that it's a 50. Can you see? Okay, so now can you try to apply the same concept to 10.14? Okay, so you see, in this manner, I would have 10.14. Part 1 will be 10.114. I'll copy both 4 and now I'll add another 4. Can you see? So therefore, I double check. Okay, if I want to round this off to 2 dp, I have 10.14 because I'm going to round down. Again, okay, now what 10.1, I don't copy the 4 now, I'll write a 3. Okay, so I will lower it to the other extreme, and then now instead of putting 4, I'll put a 5. Why? Because this 3.5 tells me if I'm supposed to estimate this to a 10 dp, I'll get 10.14. So can you see that both of the numbers would still be 10.14? Alright, and now what does this tell you? It tells you that the least possible dimensions will be 29.345 as well as 10.135. Okay, so therefore your answer would be 29.345 meters and 10.135 meters, because this estimation corrected to 2 dp will be the one that is given in your answer. Okay, so this is what I mean by reverse technique. Okay, now next, you have estimate the area of the field corrected to one significant figure. So what will you do? Okay, you will take 29.35, you estimate this to one significant figure. 29, one significant figure, what number do you actually notice? You will notice this, 29. Okay, so therefore, okay, you will have a 30 over here. Now next, if you are asked to estimate to one significant figure, 10.14, okay, I'll estimate again. See, I'm looking at two numbers, which is 10.1. So this is a 0.1, right? So which means your estimation would be a 10 over here. So therefore, 10 times 30 will give you an approximation of about 300. Okay, so this would be your final answer. Now then let's take a look at part B. Okay, now part B, they're asking you to estimate the value of square root 345 and cube root 345 and divided by square root 80. Okay, now commonly, what do you need to know? Do not press. Okay, common mistake that students always make. Do not press your calculator. Okay, please don't do that. Okay, you estimate and then you'll be able to find a very clear answer. Now 345, what is the nearest number that you have actually seen in your powers of, for example, 3? Okay, so I'll have maybe 3 to the power of 4, okay, or rather 3 to the power of 5. Then you will have 3 to the power of 6. So you see, these are things that you can actually notice. What is the common numbers Okay, press your answer. You should get a 7 to the power of 3. That will give you a 343. Correct? Likewise, for 80, what will you see? You will see that a 9 to the power of 2 will give you 81. Am I right to say that? So what does this mean? It means that if I cube root a 343 is to a square root of 81, I will get a 7 over 9. Okay, now what does 7 over 9 means? 7 over 9 means that it is a 0.7777, okay, all the way to 8. Okay, so if I were to give an estimation, okay, 3SF, always remember, your answers are to be left to 3SF. It will be a 778. Okay, now, how do I check answer? How do I make sure that I'm correct? Okay, now press into your calculator, 345 divided by square root 80. Okay, square root 80. You will get an answer that is probably around, okay, let me change the color. You'll probably have an answer that is probably around 0.784141. Okay, now check against the answer that you have here. If I have actually estimate, okay, would it actually be somewhat the same? Okay, that's question number 1. Okay, now next, what other numbers is it possible for me to estimate to such that I will get a very clear whole number? Okay, so in that case, will you leave your answer in decimal place or fraction? Okay, always leave your answer in a clear fraction if you are able to. Okay, so that will be the answer for 3.3 part.